Call it college football's Twittergate 2012. Mark Rogers TV getting us set for Michigan State. The Wolverines coming off a 45-0 pasting today of Illinois. They racked up 525 yards of total offense against just a $134 for Illinois. Denard Robinson had to put it up just 11 times, completed 7, 2 touchdowns through the air, no picks. That's the key stat for D-Rob. No picks, 128 rushing. Michigan gave it to 3 running backs. They totaled 218 rushing. So Michigan defeats Illinois. That's not a big feat, but they did what a good team needs to do against a really bad team. They gave them absolutely no hope, crushed them 45-0. Now go back to Michigan's recent performances, and maybe the Wolverines have something going. We counted them kind of down and out after that performance against Alabama in the opener, but 44-13 against Purdue. Now the Boilers may not be as good as we thought at one point, losing today to Wisconsin by 24, but the Boilers did take Notre Dame to the last play of the game. Michigan steamrolled them on the road 44-13. And a week before that, Michigan went to Notre Dame. Sure, they lost 13-6, but the Wolverines coughed it up 6 times. 5 interceptions, including the Vincent Smith idiotic play call, halfback option, in which he threw the interception into the end zone. And so Michigan turns it over 6 times on the road at Notre Dame and only loses by a touchdown. They outgained the Irish, and the defense played really well in losing just 13-6. So maybe Michigan's coming on. Okay, Twittergate. Of course, after Michigan got steamrolled by Alabama by 41-14, Michigan State had all kinds of fun with that. Made comments on Twitter like, our walk-on's better than Denard Robinson. And Denard Robinson, well, I could play quarterback for the University of Michigan, and remember this one, he is so bad and it feels so good. Well, here we are 6 weeks later, and Michigan State's so bad. And I don't think Mark Antonio feels so good about it. Losing today to Iowa 19-16 in overtime, Michigan State blew a 7-point lead in the second half. And Iowa's not really that good. They lost to Central Michigan and Iowa State. So what has happened to Michigan State in losing 3 football games? Well, the passing game has not come together. Really may have had its worst day today. Andrew Maxwell, 12 of 31. Most of those completions coming underneath, although he did go downfield for 38 and 37 yarders. The running game, sure, it's all Le'Veon Bell, and he did rush for a $140 against Iowa, but he had to run it 29 times, and he's really getting his big yardage games against the lesser defenses. The 2 best defense Michigan State has faced, Ohio State and Notre Dame, limited Le'Veon Bell to 77 and 70 yards. So Michigan State's rushing attack is all Le'Veon Bell, while Michigan's got the 3 running backs led by Fitz-Toussaint and also, of course, Denard Robinson, one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the history of college football. Michigan State's defense is still really good. 16th in the country in scoring defense, gave up just 257 yards to Iowa today, but they didn't get the job done when it counted. Protecting a lead in the 4th quarter, they gave up a 35-yard pass play on 2nd and 26, and Wiseman broke it for a 35-yard run on 3rd and 6. So Michigan State's defense is really good, but they're not dominant. They're not great. Okay, of course, Michigan has lost to Michigan State 4 consecutive times, and Michigan State looked much the better team weeks ago. But here we are 6 weeks later, and this week's game is definitely going to decide the best team in Michigan, maybe the best team in the Big Ten, or at least the best eligible team in the Big Ten. Need to hear from you on Michigan State, Twittergate 2012 on Mark Rogers TV.